Hey there, Darlene from Petal Academy here. It's 2026 and I thought today on Easy Sunday Blooms it would be great for me to share some of my favorite things in the industry that I'd like to see happening in 2026, as well as some of the things that I'd like to say goodbye to. The first thing I want to share with you is always try to order things that are in season. I see a lot of people looking on Pinterest and all these things, and they're going in and they're trying to make things happen in their homes or for events or displays that just really aren't in season. So they never look good, they're more expensive, and they just don't do the event any justice, in my opinion. So try to lean into your florist for expertise and order things that are in season, that are the most magnificent at the time of your event or at the time of your function or whenever you're wanting to enjoy flowers. Always lean into seasonability and your local flower farms. I think that's a great way to enjoy flowers. Number two, when you're sending flowers out of town, let's get away from using order gatherers or wire services. What I mean by that is it is the time to shop local. Google a map where you're sending to your recipient and pull up the flower shops that are serving that local area. But beware, sometimes when we Google certain towns that we're sending to, you're gonna get all these sponsored ads that pop up, and those are order gatherers. So they're grabbing your order, they're giving you some generic arrangements to pick from. You pick one and then they're gonna go and try to find a florist that can fill it. Oftentimes, they're nowhere near your destination, so you end up paying overcharges for shipping. You don't get the flowers that you actually want because you're not talking to the florist. So in today's day and age, the easiest way to send flowers out of town is to find the florist directly in the town that you're sending it to. Use the postal code or anything that's close to get you right close as you can. Call them or email them. Send them photos of what you're looking for and create a relationship with them, because honestly, if there's someone you love in that area, you're going to be sending flowers probably more than once, and it's great to create a relationship, get to know the florist, and shop local. Number three, compact, low arrangements that don't really have any structure or style. And what I mean by that is something like this. I think we should get over using just hydrangeas or just roses in these round little balls and calling it arrangements. I think we need to get into something that's a little bit more interesting, maybe a little bit more seasonal. The best way to find out what's really cool is ask your florist, because they're the ones that love flowers and they're gonna give you some best suggestions. Number four, when you're grabbing flowers for yourself to enjoy at home, try to think about not just grabbing a market bouquet or a grocery store bouquet and plopping it in a vase. I think the best way to enjoy flowers is actually maybe to split it up, or let that elastic out of that bouquet and let those flowers breathe, or divide them up, put them in a few different rooms, grab a few sprigs of greenery and put them in a powder room, or divide those flowers up so they look a little bit more natural and they don't look so stiff and contrived. Flowers aren't going to bring you joy unless you have a certain connection with them. So try to remember to cut the stems, remember to change the water, make sure to maintain the water. All those little maintenance tips will bring you a connection to the flowers, and that's where you're going to find some joy. Number five, and this might be a little harsh and maybe a little bit of my own pet peeve, but dyed flowers. I'm kind of over it. I think that there are so many beautiful colors of natural flowers that we should really lean into what's natural and get away from all that dyed toxic stuff that people are doing with flowers. I've seen growers take bunches of eucalyptus and like dyeing it in paint and stuff like that. It has its purpose maybe with dried flowers or something like that, but I don't really see its point when you're looking at live flowers that you want to enjoy. So I would really like to see that one go away. Number six, this one's probably just for the florists out there, but I would like to see a store or shop. If you have a retail brick and mortar shop, try to put some interesting things in there, or be showing it on your Instagram feed or your social feeds on a regular basis. And what I mean by that is, if I always check out flower shops when I'm in small towns shopping and things like that, I'll go in and sometimes all I see in the fridge is roses, baby's breath, carnations, and mums. Boring. I think that we're in the business of fascinating people with flowers and color, and I think that if you can put some special things in your shop, you're going to stand out, and that's what you should be educating your clients on. Let's get away from the everyday things that you can pretty much find anywhere. Let's face it, nowadays you can buy carnations in a Walmart and roses in a Home Depot. So let's try to show people what we do and stand out in a spectacular way. I think that's the way to make your business bloom. Okay, so this is the very last one, and it kind of speaks to something I said earlier, but when you're thinking about bringing flowers into your life, and I do think you should do it on a daily basis or a weekly basis at least, because it definitely brings joy, try to be a little different with your arrangements. Don't go out and go, oh, I'm going to buy, you know, maybe roses. And I'm going to fill my whole house with roses, and roses here and roses everywhere. Try to be intentional. So maybe you've got a few roses in one room because it suits the space, and maybe you've got some greenery in another room, or a couple vases of just all one flower in another space. Mix it up. Be experimental. You don't have to do the exact same flowers in every single arrangement all around your house. In fact, I think it looks nicer when you focus on one specific type of flower or a couple of different types of flowers in one space and totally change it up in another room. It makes your space more interesting. It gives you that pop of color in some spaces that you might not have in others. And it's just a lot more fun. Thanks so much for tuning in to our do's and don'ts for 2026. We hope you got lots of fun ideas. This is our very first Easy Sunday Blooms of 2026, and we hope you have the best blooming year ever. We do these little shows on Sundays and Wednesdays, so tune in and get inspiration and live life in full bloom.